a movie, a third entry that is made to be PG-13 instead of rated R. Let's get this over with.
Keeping it G ain't nothing. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. You ain't gotta like it cause the hood don't love it. Watch a young nigga show his ass on public.
Hello guys, King26 here, and this is my late review, and obviously I'm in my pajamas, I do not care, for The Expendables 3. The Expendables 3 is the new assemble action sequel directed by Patrick Hughes and stars Sylvester Stallone and a whole bunch of people. The film follows Barney Christmas and the rest of the team come face to face with Conrad Stonebanks, who years ago co-founded The Expendables with Barney. Stonebanks subsequently became a ruthless arms trader and someone who Barney was forced to kill, or so he thought. Stonebanks, who eluded death once before, and now is making his mission to end the Expendables, but Barney has other plans. Barney decides that he has to fight old blood with new blood, and brings in the new era of the Expendables team members, recruiting individuals who are younger, faster, and more tech-savvy. The latest mission becomes a clash of classic old-school style versus high-tech expertise in the Expendables' most personal battle yet. Recapturing all of the previous Expendables movies, I really hated the first one. The first Expendables movie was dull, unoriginal, and completely borrows off of previous or classic action movies that were made, but a lot more abysmal. The second Expendables movie was just average. No, it's not your average action-packed adventure with a very sophisticated kind of story of taking revenge for the death of their comrade and going on a mission to kill that person who killed their comrade. It's just an average little piece of filmmaking, you know? So are you guys ready for my opinion for The Expendables 3? Yes, you are. The Expendables 3 is like the first film, filled with an enormous pack of one-liners, has one of the lowest budget explosions ever, atrocious acting, and just an overall mess-up of a franchise. And right off the bat, the third entry is actually a lot more worse than the first movie, but just not that near and inconsiderate. The acting in this movie was so painfully bad, and everyone else except for Antonio Banderas, who was the only redeeming factors of this movie, just to save this movie from being a 1 or a 0, which both are my lowest rating. Sylvester Stallone looks horrid in this movie. He doesn't even have like a sort of biography to himself. He's just this regular guy who keeps shooting the bad guys. It's like Transformers Age of Extinction, but a lot more worse. Even Mel Gibson could even play such an immense villain. Every Expendables movie has that sort of issue. The villain. This villain just felt powerless and overall wasn't giving enough screen time at all. And Mel Gibson played the villain so badly, the way he gives out his facial expressions was so emotionless and just felt so unoriginal. The script, don't get me wrong, but this is one of the worst scripts I've seen in a while now. Yup, Hollywood is running out of ideas to make better action movies instead of putting out a porkless piece of turd with a bad impact of a story, overusage of explosions. The director of this movie, Patrick Hughes, is like the brother Michael Bay never had. Has bad dialogue, so many one-liners. I freaking hate one-liners. We have so many movies that has many one-liners, and I hate screenwriters for doing that. And this film was absolutely boring. The Expendables 3 is the epitome of you walking out of your house and committing suicide. The action in this movie, guys, it's all fake. Let me verbalize it to you guys. This movie is rated PG-13, so the previous two Expendables movies were rated R because it has a lot of bloody action violence and bad language all throughout. This one is rated PG-13. Surprisingly, it was, so the director is like, yeah, let's make it PG-13 so we can have a bigger audience watch this piece of turd of a franchise. Surprisingly, it was Sylvester Stallone's idea to make the third entry PG-13. What? Why? Like I said, the previous installments, when somebody gets shot, you can see a lot of blood come out of them. And when somebody gets shot in the head literally explodes and a lot of blood comes out. This one has no blood whatsoever. When someone gets shot, they don't bleed. When someone gets stabbed, they still won't bleed. And when they get into a bloody fist fight, they bleed. That doesn't make a living hell of a sense at all. The Expendables 3 is the movie where you want to suspend your disbelief out of everything. Also, the explosions were so bad, they were fake, they were the most lowest budget explosions I've ever seen. It's like someone edited the action scenes out of an effects movie maker app. It is freaking nuts, guys. As for the direction, Project Huge, I hate you. You ruined this franchise. I hope you leave filmmaking. You're a disgrace to us all. Thank you. The only redeeming factor of this movie is basically Antonio Banderas. He literally stole the show for this movie. He was funny, charming, and overall a big laugh for this movie. Antonio Banderas, thank you bro for saving this movie from being a complete turd page. Overall, The Expendables 3 is one of the worst action movies I've seen since A Good Day to Die Hard. It has a lot of issues, including one of the bad action movies has. One-liners, bad acting, low budget action, terrible line delivery, and bad dialogue. And lastly, bad villain. I'm gonna give The Expendables 3 a 1.5 out of 5. Well, that's my review for The Expendables 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm Keenan26, and please subscribe. Peace.